Okay, good evening. Or good mornings, depend where you come from, or good afternoon. So my name is Adam. I'm the program manager from We Call Data. For today's sessions, we will give you an introduction to what is data scientist and also what you can learn and how you land a job if you join our bootcamp. Okay. First of all, a quick introductions to the We Call Data. So we are Toronto-based data training academies, and we have a different um, like uh, office in Vancouver, US, and also Middle East. So we are corporate companies, and we train our students everywhere. So most of our students are come from like the United States or Canada, and some students from Europe. And we do help thousands of students able to land a job in the data field. So our boot camps, we offer the data scientist boot camp, and also we are including the full-time and part-time. We also offer business intelligence and data analytics boot camps, and also data engineer and the machine learning engineer. So based on your interest, and you can join any of these courses. So for the traditional bootcamp, as a traditional bootcamp, so our goal is very straightforward, is help our student able to land a job. So normally in the depending on your stage, you have different focus. The most important thing of how to get started is upskill yourself. So we offer a bootcamp. The length of the bootcamp could be 3 months or 6 months. If you join the full time, it will be 3 months, which is a full time boot camp. Or you can join the part time, which is 6 months, and there's 2 lectures per week. And also we do offer a self-paced boot camp, which you can start anytime you want. And also you do expect to complete these courses between 3 months to 6 months, depends on your background and your time commitment. So once you complete learning of the basic or fundamental knowledge, and there will be still a gap in between the real work versus what you have learned. It's that just like all the school, you can learn lots of academic knowledge, but there's still a gap to in between the real world problems and what you have done. So then we do offer a client project. We have another company called Big Data. So we have different clients come from uh, mainly from North American. And in that client, they have different business problems. And our students will join these projects, get the training from the companies, and complete the project depends on your personal interest. So normally there will be few students work as a team to complete a project and deliver a solution to meet the client's demand. Once you complete the learning and get some experience, we do offer a career mentorship because not all the students have a strong skills to pass interview. This happen a lot. So we do have lots of students. They do need to improve their interview skills, including the preparations and the resumes, the technical questions, some response to the use cases. So our mentors help you to get a job otherwise, structure your resume and improve your interview skill. So with mentor our mentor are the currently employee from different industries, and we will find you the best match mentor based on your personal interests and your background to make sure they are the right mentor for you. Okay, so these are the 3 steps for you to get a job. So finally, you will receive a job offer, and our BIM data will provide reference check to give you a very positive feedback. Okay, how that works? If it's full-time bootcamp, um, so there will be 3 months learning. The knowledge you will learn is that fundamental, including SQL, Python, and the data scientist skills, machine learning, and big data. So for the projects, as mentioned, you will join the client project. Each project normally lasts 3 months. And normally after you complete the first project, you should go to the job market, try to apply for the job. For the part-time, you will learn exactly the same knowledge, but the real client project is optional. And the reason is because some of our students are already in the fields, or they already received some referral inside, like in the company, or they upskill themselves. Not everyone needs a client project. So they don't need that service, which is will be lower cost compared with the full-time. And without this client project service, and still the goal is for you to land a job. For the self-paced bootcamp, the benefit is you can join anytime, and the cost is much lower. There won't be a fixed schedules, but we do have a mentor to follow up with you weekly base to make sure you are on the track. So the training will be most of them are the self-learning with the mentor, like a weekly mentor and the 8 hour support. So contents over 200 hours. There will be 2 capstone projects, and also there will be 2 tests for SQL. And so the support will be either on the Slack or Discord. The mentor support will be once a week. So the difference between with a bootcamp mentor support versus a career support is a mentor support. We are focused on the technical questions. And again, so if you have any question for the industry, you can ask. But the main goal is for you to complete the bootcamp, address the question you have, including the bug or technical questions, or the code is broke. If your code is broken, and we will help you to explain why it's broken and fix it. And the office hour will be weekly. It's not mandatory to join the office hour. It's mainly for if you have any question, you can feel free to drop in to get to the problem you have to solve. So there will be multiple ways we support you. So including the mentor, including the office hour, we do also offer a technical forum for you to submit. And also the community, we use a Slack or Discord. You can feel free to ask any question. So even though we call it self-paced, and you do get tons of support to make sure that nothing can stop you learning, right? So that's just example for the learning journey. So it could be a bootcamp training, could be a full-time, part-time, or could be a self-paced, like fast-track learning. And so again, this will be a SQL, like a test you need complete. And then you want to the Python, there will be a Python project, and also will be a machine learning project, and also big data project. Yeah, so actually there will be 3 projects, but the machine, like a big data is, I will say that is optional. So if you complete first 2 projects, you can join the real client project. And the big data is optional, but we do recommend you to complete that. Then you join the real client projects to build very important experience. During this progress, you receive one-on-one career mentor, and also during the bootcamp, you will receive like a one-on-one, I will say, support mentor or the learning mentor, right? So which means in terms of this learning progress, we have someone to mentor you. Make sure you have a right track, because learning these skills is very important. Without our help or without the support, it's hard for you to complete this project, because lots of knowledge, especially in the machine learning, are very hard. So we will provide the right strategies, give you the right guidance to make sure you don't get lost. Yeah, because like we want to aim to complete the courses between 3 months to 6 months. If you are really focused on one topics, it could be spent like I'm not sure how long, but depending on how deep you want to go. It could be very long learning journeys, which we want to avoid. So that's why we all give you the best advice to make sure you focus on the most important skills and don't waste some time on some theory. Okay. So it's same as part-time. Instead of that, will be 6 months or if it's a self-paced. So same progress for the self-learning track. There is no fixed schedule, and if you can make it faster, you can complete faster. So you could be complete like less than 3 months. Or if you need more time, for example, if you need a break, you can break it like extend or defer the learning, maybe to 8 months. That's still okay. But main goal is for you to make sure you learn enough skills and complete the bootcamp. Then you move on to the project to use what you learn and make sure you get a very valuable feedback from the clients or project lead or project managers, and make sure you have good amount of communications in between the teams and improve your skills. Yeah, so there are lots of benefit to join the client project, but before that, you have to get enough like technical knowledge stacked. Okay. So why you should choose the weekly data? So we not only strive to help student land the first step job, we want our student to build a successful data career. And we are constantly helping lots of students. If you go to our alumni like LinkedIn, you will find uh, sometimes if you apply for the job in different industry, you will find our alumni everywhere. So we can help you to connect them if you need their mentor. And also they will give you a better explanations why you can have a very successful data career with the learning journey which we call it. So our classroom, if you join the lab bootcamp, it will be a flip classroom. So we will provide preview recordings, and then you join the lab lecture. In the afternoon, we will give you some like peer programming solvings, and then we share the lab solution. The rest of the time will be TL server. The so the there you can see the most important thing is not only about the lecture itself, not only about you join the lecture, the instructor are teaching you the theories or the techniques using the machine learning, big data, Python, SQL. And the most important thing is practice. You do require lots of practice in the lab with different use cases. During the lab, we have TA support. We will go through the detail with you, make sure all the questions be solved, and also you can ask any questions. You can have one-on-one section with our TA to get support. For the self-paced, it's slightly different. Instead of the live lectures, you will watch the recorded lecture, so which is the previous recordings from the lectures. And also we do have very detailing lectures available. The reason in the lab bootcamp, there are only 3 hours for each lecture. And realistically, it's not able to cover everything just because of time. So for the self-paced, you will receive more support material to explain each step, but still it's optional because not everyone wants to go through details because depending on your goal, right? So it's only for if you have some questions on that particular topic, for example, on the machine learning, if you have questions with the machine learning models or the tuning hyperparameters, like all the and for a particular algorithm, we have the recording solution for you. For the afternoon lab, for the self-paced, you don't have lab, but you will have a one mentor to help you. So which means if you have any questions, instead join the uh, labs, you can ask our instructor to give you one-on-one support. But still, we do offer a weekly TOS hours, but just compare with the full-time or part-time, and the fixed TOS hour will be lab hour is much shorter. Okay, for the data side, we will provide the real-life data side, such as Google for the Google Analytics data side, HubSpot, and the Mixpanel and Ads. For the case study, there will be customer analytics, demand forecasting, product analytics, growth analytics, fraud analytics. For the projects you need to complete, just example, as mentioned earlier, there will be Python projects, machine learning projects, and big data projects. Okay, for the experiment building, and again, as mentioned earlier, so you will join the BIM data after graduations, and most of the our students will be work with as a team. So you will be led by the project managers, and so you will be a full-time consultant, and also there will be a training consultant, which is like some student already work on this project, they will train you as well. So it could be also you directly talk to the client, so it will be the product owner. If it's a small company or startup company, and it could be the CEO, CFO, PM, and etc. And you could be the lead of these projects, and we will have a engineer to help you with that. Okay. So for the mentorship, so once you have learn all the knowledge in the bootcamp and have some experience, so that is the right time for you to prepare for the interview. So we do have a preparation workshop, and we will help you. That will be run monthly. We will have very special like a speaker from the big companies. So he will give you a very good present to tell you how to land a job and share some successful story. This will be a group sessions, and when you want to apply for the job, and we can help you to book a one-on-one mentor. So we will pair the mentor based on your preference, including your job preference, your interest of the industry, and then you will get a lot of sections, one-on-one sections, depends on your need. And also once you receive an offer, and they also can help with salary negotiation. For the relation view, it's also very important to know. So it's very, you don't know like where you can get a job. So for the interactive experience, and you like first of all, you need to there will be many ways to get a referral. It could be from your instructor, classmate, mentor, even the project you work on or the community. So they all could be the person either refer you a job or directly offer. So we do have some clients directly offer our students a job. So it happens. So you do need to build a very good relationship, since we have this ecosystem, and any of our again classmates, our mentors, our clients, our communities, our instructor could be the person refer you a job. For our curriculums, as you can see, so we do teach the data fundamentals and the topics, including the SQL. So for SQL, it's always start with a basic syntax, SQL query, and also we will teach you Tableau, and we will complete a SQL assignment. For the Python, we will teach the Python fundamental, what is function and modules, and then Pandas data frame, basic data collections. So for the Tableau, you will understand what the type of a chart and plot, visualization basics, and create dashboard with a Tableau. So for the data scientist skills, you will learn the data collections with the Python API or web scraping, data manipulations using the pandas data frames and EDA to visualize the data with Python, answer the business questions, which is relevant to analysis, data preparation for statistical analysis. Okay. For this statistical data analysis, you will learn what's the regression analysis, auto ML, and predictive analytics. For the topics, there will be real-life database available. For example, A/B testing for product analytics, digital analytics with Google Analytics data. In some use cases, you're also going to learn will be product analytics and digital analytics. Okay, machine learning, which is I would say, is one of the most important skills as a data scientist, because you will build a machine learning model to make decision. So in this course, you will learn the introduction, including the introduction to machine learning and math for the machine learning, what is optimization methods. Then you move on to the basic algorithm and workflow. You will understand what is a regression classifications algorithm, how to use the evaluation matrix, and how to do a model evaluations. So for the techniques, we will teach you how to do the feature engineering, feature selections, and also we will teach you more advanced algorithm, which is probably gonna be the most popular algorithm to complete your project, including assemble models and also hyperparameter tunings, how to build machine learning pipelines, and how can you do the model interpretations. Also, you will learn unsupervised learning, like clustering, dimension reductions, and anomaly detections. Then the last part will be the deep learning, including like a neural network, computer visions, NLP. Okay, so and also time-based analysis and the feature. So the topics will be same, will be real life data, real life data sets, including the mixed panel, Google Analytics, Google Ads, Sales, Indeed, and Web3. Use cases including the product analytics, sales predictions, growth analytics, customer analytics, and etc. Okay. So big data is so normally once you complete the learning of the machine learning, and you will find there will be limitations on our current computer power. So for the large data of the corporate company, if they have a massive amount of data, so you do need to learn the skills on how to use big data to solve this kind of problem. And in this big data course, which I will say it's kind of must-have skill. So in this course, you will learn the big data introductions, including what is distributed system, Hadoop, and the MapReduce, scaling pandas, and we will teach you how to using AWS service, including the cloud computing use cases, storage, and compute, how to work with a Spark, like a Spark ecosystem, Spark data frame, and Spark SQL, scaling machine learning with Spark, how to scaling a machine learning pipeline, distribute machine learning algorithm, and Spark machine learning. And there will be small topics because that's not your focus, but it's very important for you to understand what is a ML ops with a SageMaker. So we will introduce the ML and engineering, scaling ML with the AWS SageMaker, and the model deployment with SageMaker. Okay. So the real life data sets, including the Medicare fraud data, digital ad data, and the product analytics data. For the use cases like ad tech, like fraud detection, CTR predictions, recommender system, search engine, and social media analytics. Okay. Okay, so that is in all the courses you will learn from the full-time, part-time, or the self-paced courses. So again, once you have the resume, like once you have this skill, that's how it looks like on your resume. So first, normally you will have your contact information. So you list the knowledge of the skills you have, which including the codings, like Python, SQL, and machine learning, like the model you work with, could be recommender system, forecasting, fraud detection, and any machine learning models you've been work with, and analytics, like how you like normally it's a visualization tools, how you analyze the data, and big data, how you run into the cloud platform. Most in our courses, you will write down the skills for the from the AWS. Okay. Uh, uh, so then you missed the one last part, what is the relevant experience. For that part, you will get it from the real client project. But again, the project you complete during the bootcamp will be considered as a portfolio project. It's like end-to-end project, but it don't consider as a relevant or previous experience. Uh, so real client projects will help you to fill up that gaps. As mentioned earlier, you can join the real client projects, and they do have some um, in like very hard requirements. First of all, you have to complete the bootcamp. Secondly, you do have to pass assessment test. So based on your performance on the learning and the assessment test, and also based on your personal interest on the industry and your time commitment, and also the start time, and we will find the best project for you. Okay. So that it's just examples. Normally, in the learning stage, you don't really need to handle the real world problem because the data is ready to use. And you just need to build the models and do the data transformations, which is very straightforward. But with Clan, you do need to develop in-demand project experience. First of all, you have to understand uh, like what's business need. So that's why that's the experience you need to do. For example, you can do the data modelings, data ingestions, make sure all the data is available and put them into data lake. And also you will create a data warehouse ETL, and then you get the data markets, which is also you can call it an analytics table. Then you use that table to building a machine learning models or create a visualization dashboard, depending on the business need. Meanwhile, you do need to help the business like understand the business problem, so learn the business rules. For so in that stage, and that part could help you to get that job because it will tell the business need, like assignments, like what's the business problems, and the data profiling and the feasibilities analysis and the client education. For example, you have to communicate with clients, tell what's the value of this data. If they ask you to do like some projects, for example, they give you just a 1 month of data. They want you to building a forecasting model, then it's not realistic. There isn't enough data, right? So you have to discuss with client to educate your client to let them know which way is the right way or what is doable and which is not yet, right? So you have to also education could be both sides, right? So the client also will address the question and concern, and you do know the business need. Okay, so that's the I will call that soft skill you're also gonna learn during this progress. And also you do work like a architecture. What does that means? You have to very familiar with the data structure or the data they have. So in this case, example is a system access and documentation, which means like for example, you want to understand where the data been stored, right? Are they from the SQL or this data warehouse or the server or the like unstructured data being saved on the Azure bucket. So you have to understand the accessibility of this data, including the credentials and the API or all the necessary documentations, right? So then you will be start to do a true research, uh, because if the tools being used is very expensive, then you have to see if that works for you to use that tool, or you can get a free tools to use it. So that's the tools research. You will compare with a different platform or different like tools to find best one. So sometimes it's some tools may not that big difference, like visualization on the Tableau or Power BI, but sometimes it's because of the client's preference, right? So if they prefer one tools, then you have to consider their suggestion. And complex compliance and governance also requirements over reaching data architectures and documentation are also very important. So once you complete the first project, right? So you do need to put that experience on a resume. For example, if you complete the first project, work for company A, and you do that's how it looks on your resume. So you will have the objective. For example, what's the business problem? It could be even like the e-commerce or retail. Their problem is they do have very messy database, and they may need someone to make a prediction on the inventory like sales. So that's just example. It could be others. And what kind of skills you do need to use for solve this problem? For example, are you using SQL or Python? And what kind of machine learning models you build, and what kind of libraries, and how you implement this model, or how you create this dashboard to explain what and why, and what's the impact for the project complete. So that's the experience you should list on your resume. And if you complete the first project, as mentioned earlier, so it could be 3 months, and you can continue with the second one. But meanwhile, that's the time. I will say you have a good structured resume, but still need to get some improvements. So you need get your draft resume and ask your mentor to help to improve it. Okay. So as I mentioned, as we can as I showed you this earlier, so normally you will get onboarding every time you join the client project. So during this trainings, you will get on board, and our other project managers or product owner will explaining the current business problem and the tools. If this new project, they will have like brainstorming or kickoff sessions, and if the project already being done by someone, they will pass the documentation or necessary information to you. Make sure you are clear on what kind of project you need to complete. And you will build several milestones, including, for example, create a data modeling or building a first machine learning models, and implement the models, the feedback from the employee, the owners or the project managers, and what's the improvements you have done with the current model. So there will be like several milestones you need to complete in that 3 months. But as I mentioned, 3 months is a most common project time of period. But some big projects, which is a big company, they do want you to complete the project for 6 months, and which could be more challenge. You can talk with your project manager to see which one you want to stay, right? So at the end of this project, you will wrap up all these informations, make sure your work or the documentation can be accessed to others. Um, so the benefit for the real-time project is handle BQ as a pro. So, for example, have you made a data mistake? How did you overcome it? Right. So that's common questions. It's hard for you to answer that questions if you don't have relevant experience. Have you ever been in a situation where you couldn't meet a deadline? And can you explain how and why it had happens? Have you ever had a disagreement with your manager? How did you handle it? Have you shared last piece of the constructive criticism you received from your manager, and how did you respond to it? Can you tell me a project that you have to use AWS, and how did you use it, right? So that's actually is a very common questions, and without experience, you may have trouble to answer that questions. So after just recap, after you get all the knowledge, skill set, get enough experience, not everyone can pass interview. So that's why we offer a one-on-one career mentor that help you to survive in the last mile. So in our week career, we do have weekly job prepare workshop, and also you will get mentor pairings whenever you're ready to start the mentor, and then you will receive one-on-one section. So this one-on-one sections means they can help you to look into your resume, and based on your previous experience or current knowledge, they will give you the career direction guide. So for example, they will suggest some industry and position you should spend your time on, and also how to improve your resume, what kind of the key skill are missing on your current stage, and what's the trained skills and all other informations to help you to fill up anything is missing on your resume, right? Secondly, once you receive interview, and you can share the job descriptions with your mentor, mentor can go over with you, and they can, like, our mentor are very experienced because they are all in this industry for a long time, and they do help lots of students land a job. So they can tell what's the most important skills or key facts for you to get this job. So they will help you to prepare for this interview, do some mock-up interview, give you some very valuable suggestions, and make sure you have the really good preparations before you join the interview. There could be 3 to 4 rounds interviews, and on different stage, like your mentor help you with a different challenge. And once you receive a job offer, normally uh, they will ask you to provide a reference check, right? So normally when they ask the reference check, you can use the BIM data, which is a company you work in the real-time project, and our project manager will provide reference check for you. And once you receive the job offers, and our mentor can help you to negotiation with your salary to make sure you get the best salaries, or at least not like average salary in this job market, right? Okay, so for the job preparations, and it's will be group sessions, and it's very good for anyone they don't know how to write a resume, or how to build a LinkedIn profile, and how to practice on the behavior questions and the evaluator page. So also we have section for the interview quizzes, but still it doesn't have to happen during the interview preparation workshop. And it will be some resources we will provide for you, like cracking the code challenge for SQL, Python, data structure and algorithm from LeetCode, and take-home assessments. So there's some interview quizzes is available, and we will, as long as you need it, let us know. We will provide that for you. Okay. So for the mentoring, it will be one-on-one mentoring, and they will help you to see the portfolio project you have complete, and they will give you some feedback. And also they will help you with the mock interviews. So how you get started, and if you are interested to become data scientist, and how you get started. Um, Again, there will be three services we provide. We offer bootcamp, including the full-time, part-time, and the self-paced, and also the real-time projects and the career mentor. So uh, you can get this service separately. You just pick the one you need at that time, or you could just pick two of them, or just pick all these three services. Normally, if you pick all three, the total cost will be the lowest. Okay, so that's all I want to cover for now. And for now, I just have a quick break. And if you have any questions, you can either post your question in the chat. We have people from different channels, including the Meetup, LinkedIn, and the YouTube. If you have questions, you can post a message in the chat, and I can help you to address these questions. If you are in the Zoom meetings, you can unmute yourself. So I'm gonna take a few minutes break, and I will just continue to with another like an insight about what data scientists do. Okay, so let's continue. Again, if you have any questions, just feel free to post your question in the chat, and I will help you to address these questions. For data scientists, if you don't know what data scientists are, and I will go over the skills you need and explain why the skills are important to become data scientist. Okay, so I will cover all these topics like a SQL, Python, data analytics, machine learning, generative AI, and big data. So I don't think I have time to cover the generative AI and big data. I will focus on the first four skills: SQL, Python, data analytics, and machine learning. So for the SQL, yeah, SQL is a language used to communicate with data. It's just um, like you talk with data, right? So if you have questions about the highest cells of the top's performance and anything you want to look into the data, so you will run a SQL query to get that answer in the in the yeah in this progress, and you will get most important informations from using the SQL. It also could be do the data transformations or prepare the data for the dashboard, and also could be extract data from other source. So that how that works, you run a SQL queries to the SQL server, and they will give you some outputs, right? So it's very straightforward. SQL is being used like a integral part of data scientist workflow is everywhere. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a like you have to use all the time, but it do happens in the different stage. For example, if you have any database, or there's a Excel files or like legal documents, normally you will save this data in the data warehouse. So that once data been saved, and you won't use the different purpose, for example, for the marketing, for the risk management, or compliance, you will run the SQL to create an analytics table. And also it could be live data. So SQL being used everywhere. So it could be streaming the live data, so real-time message queries. It also could be saved to the data warehouses and the data lake. And there are lots of programming language can help you to load the data and create either a dashboard um, or create an analysis use this data. So which means SQL is everywhere. But that means like there's only tools. There are lots of tools, but SQL is one of the most important one. Okay. So there is lots of company use SQL, and let me just show you some examples, including the TikTok, Meta, Google's, and like most big company they are using the SQL. So company use different like database engines, and also because it's so popular. The good news is it's most like a universal programming language. As long as you learn the SQL, you pretty much can use anywhere. Okay. How to get started with SQL? So normally, if you're a beginner, you should install a SQL. Like it could be a MySQL or SQL client, and run some basic queries to answer like some business questions or your personal interest. You do need to create a data modeling. Data modeling is one of the key. In order to build the data modeling, you do need to understand the data structures. So learn how to find the entity relationship, and normally you should have a entity relationship diagrams for you to understand the data relationship between each data, and merge data from different tables, and learn advanced functions and analytics queries. You also need to have some cases. Learn how to structure query efficiently to answer different type of business questions. So they're also a good practice. And is to use SQL to explore and prepare data for data scientists and machine learning problems. So this is actually this covers most of the job you're gonna do. It looks simple, but you do need to do lots of practice to get familiar with SQL. So you can join our bootcamp as mentioned earlier. But if you're not sure if oh sorry, please
Hey, someone's drawing on your screen. I like to, I
yeah,
don't know, boundary like that.
yeah, please not join. I'm not sure how that happens. Uh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you want to learn SQL, and if you think you need to um, try it before you join the bootcamp, or you're not sure if you're the technical guys, there are lots of free resources on YouTube, or there are some courses online. If you find the SQL is very useful, okay, I have to
It's still
remove,
there.
yeah, sorry, I have removed this guy. Yeah, so with the free courses, and you can see how comfortable you are. And if you find SQL you are interested, and you find you have passion to learn SQL, you should consider take a full course. And the reason is SQL is actually is a very simple syntax, but the challenge is how you understanding the structure of data, how to run the queries, and how you gonna solve the business problem, right? So there are also practice will be involved. The basic queries, if even you know it, but even may not able to answer the business question. For the Python, I will say Python is more difficult, but still depend on the use. So Python is a interpreted high-level general purpose programming language. And there are examples. For example, if you use ChatGPT or other large language model, for example, in this case, you do some prompt questions. You ask question to ChatGPT, and they will respond. So this large language model or natural language model is built by Python. So that's the power of Python. The company that is Python is like a instant card, Instagram, Uber, Dropbox, etc. So lots of big company they are using Python. What's it gonna use Python to do? For example, they will use Python to create generative AI. For example, large language model, AI agents. Most common tools you're gonna say probably like if you are Apple user, you know there's the Apple Intelligence. So that model is used by OpenAI, and that's large language model was built by Python. And also could be for the DevOps, and could be using on the automations on the different cloud service. Also for the big data, like a PySpark Dash, which is handles a large amount of data. Also, Python will be used on the machine learning, deep learning, computer vision. And for data engineer, they also use Python. It's used for the ETL and the
Shut up, bro. You did the shit.
workflow. For the workflow automation. So Python is a top skills for data scientists. The on-the-job market demands for the Python skill is very high. Python has most active communities. For example, if you find any bugs on Python libraries, you can submit this problem, and someone will look into that or help you. So many awesome libraries and framework built on Python, and its adoption in data scientists, big data, and the cloud computing world. R is the second important, but in the most job descriptions, you just need to use one of these tools, and I would say Python is still the best programming language you need to know. The second one I will recommend SQL. Spark and Hadoop is part of the big data. So basic programming language is Python, as we know, but there will be lots of library like Python, Jupyter, Notebook, NumPy, and Python. It's used for the data wrangling. If you want for the statistical analysis, there's more library that is available, including the NumPy, SymPy, Pandas, Dask, and for the library for the visualization, like Matplotlib and other libraries. If you want to building a machine learning models, we have scikit-learn statistical model, Hugging Face, scikit-learn, scikit-images, PyCharm, and the TensorFlow. So these are the machine learning and deep learning libraries that is available, and it also could be using the production. Okay. And Okay. So again, so if you are interested to learn Python, and you can have, there are lots of free courses on YouTube or different like different website. You can start to learn Python. But so there in the Python courses, they're not only like they're not only Python, there are lots of technical skills you need to learn. And if you find Python programming language is very comfortable to use, and you have interest to learn different use cases, different libraries, and you can join our course. We offer the data scientist bootcamp and data engineering bootcamp. And there are very good Python course. For the data analytics, so once you have the data, and you will use Python or SQL to do the data cleanings and extract data, prepare data, and visualize data. So there are lots of pre-process and the data integrations being involved in this progress. It will be very important because most of the data analysis or data scientists will spend the time to understand the data and make sure the data has value, right? So normally garbage in, garbage out. If your data is useless and you cannot use that to make any analysis or model. So that's very important. You have to use a Python or SQL to clean your data, make sure they can bring the value. Because you're gonna spend lots of time to work on that. And yeah, so you don't want to at the end of the day, like you spend like a few weeks and you find, oh, there's no insight for this data. And there will be lots of use cases like growth analytics, campaign analytics, or customer insight. Machine learning, which is I will say that's most important thing and most interesting for data scientists, that is core skill. For example, and you can use the data, like in this case, is computer vision, and which is images. You can put muffins or dog face into a models. This model is built on the Python and with the algorithm, and they can understand which you do have to labeling each images, and then they will create a basic models to predict the images, right? So that's the example. So once next time, if you feed like this graph, and they can tell, oh, this is a blueberry muffin, and if you put the dog face, they say, oh, this is a chihuahua. So that's how you train your model in a simple way. But in the real world, it's more time for you to improve the model, because sometimes maybe you put a picture of human, this is also a chihuahua, right? So you want to prevent that. So the model tunings and the other technique will be used. Okay, so as we know, the data preparations is most important stage, and you will use math and the optimizations to understanding the statics, linear algebra, and the optimization. Then you are building a machine learning model, learn different algorithms, solve the different type of problems. For example, if it's a classification or it's a regression or time series, right? So different problem, and there's a better algorithm to work on it. And some machine learning use cases determine the technical you apply. And for example, like for example, risk management, recommender system, and etc. Then you want to put into productions, like a business communication is the key. I think that's something it's hard for you to get it during the learning, and which also I think that's value from the real-time project we provide. So model deployment and the machine learning operation is also very important. Okay. Okay, that's all I want to cover for today. And if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, and I can address the questions. And if you don't have questions, thank you for joining tonight. I hope this section is very helpful and give you lots of insight, understand what is data scientist, and give you a clear mind how to get started. And again, if you don't have any question, I wish you have good evening, and I will see you in the future session. So I'm gonna stay here just for a few more minutes, just in case if you want to ask me any question. You're welcome.
Und ich glaube nicht, dass die Gegner, die damals noch gelacht haben, heute auch noch lachen. Und ich glaube nicht, dass die Gegner, die damals noch gelacht haben, heute